After 2 weeks of heavy rain and a night of torrential downpour, I knew we needed to swing into emergency mode immediately. First, I phoned the senior staff at our foundation to check everyone was okay and issue instructions that our schools were to be used as evacuation centres. Our staff are amazing, and most have worked with us for years, and they knew exactly what to do. This includes informing Sarah McLeod, our chairlady, who knows that when our schools need to be evacuation centres, we need to meet the emergency needs. While saying a quick prayer, I put on my yellow waistcoat to stop me being a victim, and so leaders can spot me quickly. But as we were leaving the house to load emergency equipment in the car, we saw that we ourselves were blocked in by floodwater. Mark, my PA, arrived outside, and we quickly dug a drainage channel so we could get out. These pictures and videos are from walking distance to our house. Here, Mark and I helped rescue people from a preschool surrounded by water where they'd been trapped standing all night after their homes were flooded. Mark also had to take photos, while I stayed on my phone coordinating with authorities and the media. Well, that almost didn't work out, as while walking through one nasty flood, I overtook some people who were walking a little too slowly for my liking, only to realize we'd been walking on the riverbank, and I immediately fell underwater and then needed to be rescued myself. The water was from the rubbish dump, but I knew to protect my phone first. But it was only a little bit broken, and the car heater quickly got it working again. All this time I was thinking, how are we going to meet the immediate needs? But one quick text to Sarah and another to my Rotary Club, and we were on the case, and help was soon on its way. But by this time, 80% of the city was flooded, and 2 million people were evacuated. Arriving at Piatis again, the school was heaving. We were so thankful that a neighbour opened up their house as an overflow for the evacuees. I really am just so thankful that the roads were passable. When we were at the preschool, Cashew, we were called to a landslide in this photo. Sadly, as we arrived, we were informed that there was nothing left we could do. 11 people had died. Then we heard a crack had appeared in the dump site, which is a mountain of rubbish. So this spread fear through the whole community. Our role was to spread hope and good news. And our donors, including the international school, were quickly on the case and were part of meeting the needs here, partially through older donations and new ones. But our job was to lift the spirits of everybody and let them know we would work to meet the needs with them. After quickly visiting the schools, we doubled back to the rescue efforts. Earlier in the morning, rescuers themselves had got trapped in a failed rescue attempt of some young children. 8 hours later, the rescuers were still trapped, but the waters had started to recede, and we were able to get them rescued. We hadn't enough to feed everyone at the 2 locations, Papaya, our elementary school, because we could empty the school at Mango. But at Cashew, with a preschool, we don't have provisions like that. I'm just so thankful that the first night we were able to feed everybody through the donations that Sarah and others were able to rush to us. Please notice, in the evacuation centres, it's nearly all women and children. Most of the men wanted to wait as close as they could to their houses, to rescue anything after the flooding, to salvage what they could, to make sure nothing was stolen. We had a number of emergency medical needs to meet. One was an elderly lady with TB on oxygen. We were able to get her the medicine she needed and to comfort her. But she had lost everything in a fire just 3 months before, and had moved to Casiglahan, which is a resettlement area. At first she was just so thankful to get a government house, only to lose the little they had left underwater. She stayed with us at Papaya for a few days, and really did not want to return to what she was calling home. Sarah was amazing. She got in contact with all of our donors and then contacted us with the good news. Our donors had excelled themselves. The problems then were logistics, picking everything up and getting it to the evacuation centres. But thankfully, Sarah has a strong network, and we were able to get everything picked up and then ferried across town until it reached us in the evening, but in time for us to purchase the medicines that were needed and to feed everybody at Cashew before they slept. Just imagine if you had lost everything. As we went around, we saw books, photo albums, that we knew must have special memories. And we promised the people that we would replace what we could and help get their children back to school through giving school supplies as quickly as possible. The days that followed were exactly that, getting people back home, keeping them fed and healthy, and making sure that we had opportunities to encourage them in just our words and actions. Well, I'm pleased to say thousands were fed. Hundreds accommodated. Many more received medical help through us. And none of this would have been possible without you. You put in the seed money. You met the needs on that first day. We have to thank Sarah, first of all, for working with the BWA, Anza, Sinclair James, and many others. You are part of our organisation. Together with Springboard and others that have asked not to be named, we have a message for you. We'd just like to thank you. And so some of the children would like to say just that.
Thank you!
We hope you like the card. It's just a token of thanks. But true joy is knowing we met the needs together. Thank you.